Every great story starts with the rush of thrilling gaming action. Handcrafted flavors, eager to please. Getaways for some well-deserved me time. And rewards worth bragging about. If it's a story worth telling, it starts at La Berge Baton Rouge. What's your story?
The biggest sale of the year is happening right now during Happy Honda Days at Team Honda. For a limited time, make no payments for 90 days on every new Honda. That's right, you choose and make no payments for 90 days at Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer, Team Honda on Segan Lane.
Few things in life are as valuable as family and peace of mind, especially when it comes to your final arrangements. And that's where Dignity Memorial can help. Our prepaid funeral plans make sure that your life will be remembered exactly the way you want it to. At Dignity Memorial, no detail is too large or too small. Call Lee Serio at 225-315-6329. That's 315-6329. Dignity Memorial, the peace of mind your family deserves.
Visit Treads & Care Tire Company's new location on Hooper Road in Central. Locally owned for over 50 years, Treads & Care is known for quality automotive repair and top-notch customer service.
I'd like to invite you to come out and see us at our new location in Central.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Hello and welcome as we start another week of the Clarence Bug Show. Here's hoping you and yours made it through all the inclement weather we've had here recently. And a quick gander at the skies outside says we're not through with it just yet. And in addition, here's hoping all is well with you and yours and your little slice of South Louisiana heaven since last week. As we normally do, we start today's show with Louisiana news. It's no earth-shaking revelation here. We, for God knows how many years, have had more than our fair share of problems with people getting behind the wheel of a car after consuming too much alcohol. We see it almost on a daily basis, certainly a weekly basis, and oftentimes there are tragic circumstances involved. I think just last week we talked about the fact that last year 40%, if memory serves correct, if not, charge it to my head, not to my heart, 40% of traffic fatalities in Louisiana involved someone getting behind the wheel of an automobile while intoxicated. There is a bill that is now awaiting action from Governor John Bel Edwards, and it's not clear just yet whether or not the governor will sign this bill into law. But this bill would make individuals who are convicted of killing someone with minor children in their family, it would make you, the driver who was impaired, responsible for child support until all of those children in the household reach the age of 18. It's not known just yet whether or not Governor John Bel Edwards will sign this bill into law, primarily because there was a lot of contention in the debate around this. Some saying, well, that should be a judicial matter, a civil matter, something that a judge should decide. Others saying, no, the problem has gotten to the point now where it needs legislative action. Whether or not this will stop our overindulgence in alcohol and driving, Only time will tell. That is something for brighter mind than mine to prognosticate into the future. Personally, I think it's a good step, because when you make the conscious decision to have too much to drink and then get behind the wheel of a car, you should be held accountable for whatever your actions cause. If the person you killed or leave, and I need to download the digest of this bill, because the article that I read clearly states if you kill someone, you are then responsible for child support for those minor children, however many they are in the household, until they reach the age of 18. I don't have the gist of the bill, but for me, that should also apply for if you leave an individual where they cannot work. Maybe they don't die, but they are paralyzed, they are left unable to work. Then because of your actions, you should be required to pay child support for all the minor children in that household until they reach the age of 18. Again, only time will tell if it's signed into law, whether or not that will help deter some of the many people in our state that still think it's okay to have too much to drink and then get behind the wheel of a car and get out on the roadway. We're going to keep an eye on this and inform you as to what Governor John Bel Edwards decides to do in this regard. Hopefully, when all is said and done, it will serve the citizens of our great state and not the special interests. In other Louisiana news, you have probably seen in recent memory the number of people that we thought were going to jail for X amount of years, only to turn right around and long before they have finished serving that term, we find out they are either up for parole or have been released from prison. Well, there is a move afoot now to stop that practice and the recidivism that comes along with that. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I'm pretty sure the percentage is fairly high of individuals that once released early from their sentence, they go out and reoffend again. Obviously, not 100%, but for yours truly, 1% is too many. There's a reason we have sentencing. You run afoul of the law, you are sentenced by a court, and to allow these individuals early release because of good behavior, and that's always been a misnomer for me. If you had not engaged in whatever that unlawful activity was, you wouldn't find yourself incarcerated. So to then shave time off of the sentence because you were a good guy or girl in prison doesn't make much sense to me, but I digress. This bill that is being proposed by State Representative Larry Freeman says that if you are a dangerous offender, you would be required to serve 85% of your sentence before being eligible for parole. For me, that's a no-brainer, particularly if you're a dangerous offender. The general public deserves to be protected from individuals that society has deemed a danger to society. And in recent memory, we've seen it, not just in Louisiana, mind you, but all across the country. Not so very long ago, a guy that the Obama administration on the federal level let out early, extremely early, on a murder charge, less than a year later is back in court being sentenced for, you take a guess, murder. When all is said and done, y'all, that is what the court system is designed to do. And there are far too many communities in Louisiana and across this country, for that matter, where people are literally living in fear in their own communities because after an individual commits a heinous crime, sentenced to 70, 80 years in prison, and you turn around 10, 12 years later and they're being paroled. Personally, I think it's a good step. It's a step in the right direction because at some point you have to send a message that if you do certain crimes, particularly dangerous crimes, you will be held accountable and you will not be allowed out early for any reason. Again, we're going to keep an eye on this one, and depending on where it goes, well, regardless of where it goes, we will pass that information along to you and yours. As we wrap up segment 1, we've got to take the opportunity to send out our most heartfelt condolences to former Denham Springs police officer, Corporal Sean Kelly, dying this weekend after succumbing to injuries from a shootout at a recent Denham Springs shopping outlet. By all accounts, Corporal Sean Kelly was someone who dedicated his entire professional life to serving others. And it is yet another case of some of our best and bravest making the ultimate sacrifice on our behalf. For those of you that are interested and can make it, the visitation for Corporal Shelley is set for 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. Thursday at Healing Place Church on Highland Road. The services will be immediately thereafter, starting at 11:30. All of these services, by the way, and the burial will be open to the public. I know without a shadow of a doubt that I can say without any hesitation or reservation that the Denham Springs Police Department would appreciate all who would come out and show their support, not to mention the dear family of Corporal Sean Kelly, a dedicated public servant who gave his life in the pursuit of safety for others. Hopefully, there will be more people than Healing Place can accommodate. Hopefully, there will be more people to reach out to this family in their hour of bereavement. First break of today's show. When we come back, second segment, Tuesday edition of the Clarence Bug Show. Time for another illustrious edition of Now That's Just Stupid. That's next when we continue this edition of the Clarence Bug Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close.
Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with Manda Fine Meats. Here at Manda, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. Manda Fine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. Manda Fine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it Manda every time.
Hey everybody, I'm Kevin Gallagher. This is Roy Fletcher. We hope you'll join us for Fletch Nation, especially if you like talking politics.
Man, come and join us. We'll give you the information, and then we'll give you the context. And by the way, we'll give you fun, too.
Lots of fun. We hit the local races, the state. We even look at what's going on all across America. And by the way, this space is available. If you'd like to talk about advertising, send your emails to Roy Fletcher at royfletcher.com and join us every week here on the Pelican for Fletch Nation.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house.
I'm self-employed and didn't report all my income. They claim I owe a lot more than I do.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
Tax Solutions Now saved my business.
I qualified for the Fresh Start program. I paid less than I owed.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions now.
Call 800-778-4345. 800-778-4345.
The season of inspiration is the perfect time to discover the enhanced Mazda CX-5, named a 2022 IIHS Safety Pick Plus Award winner, its highest safety award honor. Choose from over 45 CX-5s available at Baton Rouge's Mazda dealer, Team Mazda on Airline.
Hi gang, Clarence Bugs here, inviting you to come by Old School Barbecue, 10655 Coursey Boulevard, where we tape the show live every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 11 o'clock. Come by and feast on news, sports, current events, love of God and country, and lots of common sense, along with some of the best barbecue anywhere on the planet. 10655 Coursey Boulevard, Old School Barbecue, home of the Clarence Bugs Show.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golf and Country Club, a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to GreystoneCountryClub.com.
Welcome back for segment 2 of today's edition of the Clarence Bugs Show. I almost said this week. If you are a relative newcomer to the show, you may not be aware that in response to the ever-growing level of stupidity in our country, we have instituted a segment entitled, "Now That's Just Stupid." You'll notice, however, that the graphic on the screen tells you that the level of stupidity we're talking about here requires a new word with its own spelling. S-T-O-O-P-I-D. As in, now that's just stupid. We start by revisiting a story that we talked about last week. Rich Township High School in Chicago, like high schools all across America last week, engaged in the annual rite of graduation, where students get to celebrate 12 years of hard work, 12 years of academic achievement, and get set to usher in their next phase in life. Rich Township High School had 600 kids to graduate. It is their practice that, aside from cap and gown, they give you a sash to wear. And the sash says, graduate. So they ordered the 600, company that they partner with, printed them all up, shipped them all out to the school. The school unpacked the boxes of sashes, got the students in line, pinned the sashes on the students, and as you can probably imagine, as all young people do nowadays, they immediately, the students, and probably some teachers and faculty as well, took selfies and pictures and the whole nine. It was not until the graduation ceremony was almost over that a parent in the audience watching this said, "Hey, wait a minute. That's misspelled. It's supposed to say graduate. It was spelled Gradutate, graduate. No one caught this until the ceremony was almost over. The school now, because as is also practice, they take every child's graduation picture in their cap and gown for the yearbook. So now the school has sent out a letter saying that we're going to reissue the yearbooks and we're going to go back and airbrush out the misspelling on the sash after they have now graduated. Meanwhile, the company that printed this and shipped it out to the schools issued a statement, and I'll paraphrase. We apologize sincerely and want you to know that this is not indicative of the caliber of work that we normally do. So what we're going to do is we have already started the process of printing up sashes with the correct spelling. And we're sending them out to you. And since we made a contract with you, you can keep the ones with the correct spelling as a memento. Excuse me? Wait a minute. Wait. Hold on. I contracted you for 600 sashes with the word graduate, graduate. You screwed up the order, but now out of the goodness of your heart, you're going to fulfill the terms of the contract, and you're not going to charge me any extra. But since you're so kind-hearted, you're going to let me keep the right one? Oh, but it gets better. The letter from the printing company went on to say at the very end, if you need any future printing needs, feel free to contact us at this number. Really, bruh? Really? I gave you an order for 600 sashes. You freaking misspelled it. And you think the next time I need some printing work done, I'm going to call your company? I guess you think I'm stupid. So just on a whim, because I remember covering a story that relates to this not so very long ago. You might be sitting there going, well, I'm shocked that nobody caught this. How did it get past the printing company, the administration, the teachers, and the students? Well, I'm glad you posed that question. 2022 statistics from Chicago, nearly 80%, 80% of Chicago's public school students cannot read at grade level. Did you hear that? Over 3/4 of the public school students in Chicago cannot read at grade level. So why am I shocked or surprised that they didn't figure out there's no such word as graduate? Oh, but it gets better. 85% of public school students last year in Chicago cannot perform math at grade level. STOOPID. Stupid. From Chicago, we go to New Mexico. And this is proof positive that you shouldn't do drugs at work. An employee at a Sonic in New Mexico is now behind bars after a customer went in to a Sonic and ordered one of their famous conies, a hot dog, tater tots, and a drink. Got the whole kit and caboodle. So the customer gets their order, bites down into the hot dog, starts chewing, and goes, "Hey, this doesn't chew like a hot dog." So sure enough, she spits it out. There's a white substance in a small plastic bag that she's now chewing on. So immediately, she suspects the worst. I wonder if this is illegal drugs. She calls the police. Sure enough, they show up. Sure enough, yes ma'am, that bag of white powdery substance you were chewing on tests positive for cocaine. So they immediately launch an investigation. They go and look at, as you well know, just about any business these days has cameras everywhere. And they see the 54-year-old Sonic employee go out to the parking lot shortly before the order is made and delivered to the customer, and they see the 54-year-old conduct a suspicious, quote, hand-to-hand transaction with someone who pulled up in the parking lot, didn't go through the drive-thru, didn't order anything, just hand-to-hand with the 54-year-old kitchen employee. This could have gone so horribly wrong. So very horribly wrong. And obviously, this 54-year-old didn't have enough sense to put the illegal drugs in his pocket. He goes into the kitchen with it still in his hand, starts fixing food, and drops it in the freaking hot dog. Fortunately, the customer was paying attention and didn't swallow that. Had it ruptured in her stomach, or the gastric juices dissolved it, he could be facing a murder charge. Or God forbid, had she given it to her child. As you might imagine, She and her lawyer are having a real deep conversation about what's going to happen next. STOOPID. Stupid. Now, I'm going to talk to y'all before we go to the bottom hour break about something that I know is not comfortable. I know it's not something that you relish talking about. But you do realize, do you not, that one day your existence on this earth is going to come to an end. I know I hate to be the one to shock you. I hate to be the one to tell you something that you never thought about before. But at some point, your existence is going to end. Are you prepared? Are you ready for that? Here's a great way to give your family the peace of mind that they deserve. Call my friend Lee Serio, 225-315-6329. Lee has connections with over 2,000 leading funeral homes across America. And with one of his prepaid funeral plans, you can get all of that taken care of ahead of time. Now listen, I know some of y'all are saying, "No, Clarence, that's not me. I got life insurance and that's going to take care of all that." Well, true. But you do realize, do you not, that money is supposed to go to your family to ensure their quality of life. Now, maybe you big money baller, or maybe you don't like your family. I don't know. Maybe you want them to have to spend a chunk of that money that was designed to provide them with a continuing quality of life. Maybe you want them to spend a chunk of that on your funeral. But if you're one of those that want that money to go where it's supposed to go, go ahead, get that prepaid funeral plan and get it out of the way. No detail is too large or too small. And Lee, having done this for a while, knows all the secrets of the trade. Don't take my word for it. Give him a call and find out for yourself. 225-315-6329. Give your family and yourself the peace of mind that you deserve. And do your buddy Clarence a favor, will you? Let him know that you heard about him right here on the Clarence Buck Show. Bottom of the hour break, and we're back with more for the Tuesday edition of the Clarence Buck Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close.
Got termites? Get Premier Pest. PremierPestServices.com.
You could be driving. Now's the time to save on new Accords during Happy Honda Days at Team Honda of Acadiana. Get our lowest prices and biggest savings on our largest selection of Accords this year. Hurry in and save during Happy Honda Days at Team Honda of Acadiana, I-49 just south of Opelousas.
Hi, I'm Katie, Operation Manager here at Old School Barbecue. We're excited about all of the changes here at Old School, and we'd like to invite everyone to come out and enjoy some delicious barbecue at Old School prices. We feature brisket, chicken, ribs, sausage, and the Boss Hog pulled pork sandwich voted best deal in town. We also have live music Friday and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. 10655 Coursey Boulevard. We can't wait to see you.
Hello guys, it's Debbie. It's time. I've got a brand new location. 10510 Airline Highway, Baton Rouge, next to After 5 Tuxedos. We have the perfect spot to get all your wedding and formal wear needs. Come see our one-of-a-kind name brand and get great prices. With 30 years experience, the best customer service anywhere. It's Debbie's Bridal, Airline Highway, Baton Rouge. See you soon.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
Caught spiders? Premier Pest Services.
Welcome back to the Tuesday edition of the Clarence Bug Show. I guess I would, if I were forced to get a label for this segment, it would probably be one of two things. One, do Democrats really care? You probably heard Marty off screen going, bleep, no. Or, if not, do Democrats really care? Why in God's name do these people in that city still vote Democrat? We shared with you last Tuesday that on the Memorial Day holiday weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 52 people were shot in Chicago. 12 of them died. Most people would probably say, oh my God, 52 people in one city on one weekend, not the whole week, mind you, just the weekend. So those of us that pay attention to this sort of stuff were waiting to see what was going to happen this weekend. Well, you got to understand, Clarence, that was Memorial Day, it's a holiday, and people probably had too much to drink, and you know how people are nowadays, and blah, 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 blah. So this weekend, in Chicago, from Friday to Sunday, not the whole weekend, just Friday to Sunday, 46 people shot in one city, Chicago. Oh, and did I mention Chicago has some of the strictest gun laws in America? So let's see. Quick math. 52 and 46. That's 98 people. Round it off to 100 people. 100 people, rounding it off, shot in 2 weekends. And yet, they're still voting Democrat. Can you imagine for 1 second if 2 out of the 100 people shot in 2 weekends? Can you imagine if just 2 of the people doing the shooting looked like my friend Dal? He's white. Can you imagine what the outcry would be? And yet, ABC, NBC, C, the BS, CNN LOL, and MS LSD, crickets. Remember when then President Donald J. Trump saw what was happening in Chicago, got on the phone and called Mayor Lori Beetlejuice Lightfoot and said, Mayor, I see y'all having a problem there with people killing each other like nobody's business. 40 going north. I've got some federal resources that I will be happy to let you use to get this under control. Remember what Lori Lightfoot did? Lost her freaking mind. We don't need no jackbooted federal thugs coming down here invading our city. Remember that? Remember that? Now, here's a guy, Donald J. Trump, a Republican who offered help, and it was turned down. And in typical liberal fashion, called all sorts of ugly names in the process. Here's a question. How's that working out for Chicago? Y'all, this is insanity. This is utter insanity. And where is the mainstream media on this? Where is the NAACP on this? Where is, Marty, what's Al Sharpton's group? National Action Network. Where are they on all of this? Where are they? And again, of the 46 people shot in Chicago just this weekend, not the whole weekend, mind you, from Friday to Sunday. Just imagine if 2 of them were white. They wouldn't have enough fire trucks to put out the fires from the rioting and the looting. There wouldn't be enough police officers to keep peace on the streets. But the Democrats aren't saying a word. Now, I don't know about you, but it is particularly galling when the media and the left goes on and on and on and on and on and on about the threat that white supremacy is in this country. Just recently, the NAACP comes out with a travel advisory for black people not to go to Florida because Florida is hostile to black people and the LGBT MNOP XYZ community. If the NAACP had one iota of credibility, they would also tell black people, y'all need to stay out of Chicago. 52 people shot last weekend. Want to guess how many of them look like me? 52 last weekend. 46 people this weekend from Friday to to Sunday. Where the hell are the Democrats on all this? And yet, these clowns are still going to go out and vote Democrat. You know, as a God-fearing Christian, my heart aches for the people of that city. But on the other side of that coin, I'm ready to wash my hands up because you get the government you vote for. If you are so freaking stupid as to not be able to see what is unfolding in front of your very eyes, there's nothing I can say or do. As a man of color, this is so sad. And to think that the people there don't care enough about their own lives, much less their children's lives, than to continue voting the same way they've been voting for decades. You know, it would be different if Republicans had run Chicago for the last 80 years, but every single aspect of public life in Chicago has been run by the Democrats forever. And if you listen to them, they will gladly tell you, oh, it's them evil Republicans y'all got to look out for. MAGA, 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 MAGA. Ultra MAGA, 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 MAGA. How many folks do you think of the 46 that were shot this weekend or the 52 that were shot in Chicago last weekend, how many of them you think in carrying out the drive-by had on a MAGA hat? That's rhetorical. You don't have to answer. We all know the answer. What did then President Barack Obama say? Well, elections have consequences. There's your consequence. Play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Like 52 shot last weekend, 46 shot this weekend, just from Friday to Sunday. Simple question. All you black Democrat voters in Chicago, how's that working out for you? Just a question. Just a question. Speaking of, final break of today's show. When we come back, you're not going to believe this one. Speaking of Chicago, that's next. When we come back and wrap up the Tuesday edition of the Clarence Bug Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close. Few things in life are as valuable as family and peace of mind, especially when it comes to your final arrangements. And that's where Dignity Memorial can help. Our prepaid funeral plans make sure that your life will be remembered exactly the way you want it to. At Dignity Memorial, no detail is too large or too small. Call Lee or Gretchen Serio at 225-315-6329. That's 315-6329. Dignity Memorial, for the peace of mind you deserve.
Every great story starts with the rush of thrilling gaming action. Handcrafted flavors, eager to please. Getaways for some well-deserved me time. And rewards worth bragging about. If it's a story worth telling, it starts at La Berge Baton Rouge. What's your story?
Treads and Care Tire Company announces its new location on Hooper Road in Central. Locally owned for 50 years, Treads and Care is known for quality automotive repair with top-notch customer service. Treads and Care offers the convenience of shuttle service and pickup and delivery of your vehicle. You can also enjoy the comfortable customer area, complete with workstations, high-speed internet, and a complimentary coffee bar.
I'd like to invite you to come out and see us at our new location in Central.
Treads and Care, the tires you need and the service you want.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golf and Country Club, a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to GreystonecountryClub.com.
Tremonti's has meat, Tremonti's has seafood, Tremonti's has much more. Tailgating and home gating platters, huge wine and liquor selection, beer and all the spices you need, Chairman Reserve and Wagyu meats, ribeye rolls, shrimp rolls, kebabs, 20 flavors of sausage for the grill, daily lunch specials and game processing. On-site catering also available. Good meat ain't cheap and cheap meat ain't good. Visit Tremonti's.com.
Sometimes life is wonderful, and sometimes it's not. Cherish the good, but always be prepared for life's challenges. At Private Healthcare, we provide the peace of mind you deserve. With Private Healthcare, you'll get the coverage you want and healthcare you need. If your employer doesn't supply healthcare coverage and you don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, you need to give us a call right now. Private Healthcare is private health insurance for ages 65 and under with medical, dental, vision, and even prescription coverage. When life comes at you unexpectedly, you need to be ready. And health insurance is your financial safety net. Health insurance has never been so easy and affordable. If you're looking for health coverage at the best price and your annual household income is $35,000 or more, call the number on the screen now and speak with a live healthcare consultant. Don't wait. Get the coverage you need now.
Welcome back to the final segment of the Tuesday edition of the Clarence Bug Show. Y'all forgive me, but this story, Marty, if you would rotate more for me, it's washed out. Thank you, sir. I told you heading into the final commercial break, Lori Lightfoot, former esteemed mayor of the city of Chicago, has a new job. This new job will give her a professorship at Harvard University's School of Public Health. You heard me right. Freaking Harvard, y'all. Issuing a statement, Eric Anderson, director of the Senior Leadership Fellows Program and Studio Programming at Harvard, said the following: "We reached out to Lori Lightfoot because I think as mayor and as a leader, she faced many pressing public health issues, most notable, navigating the pandemic. We believe our students will benefit from her experiences, insight, and knowledge, along with leadership in decision-making ability." You cannot make this stuff up. During her 4 years as mayor of the third largest city in America, over 2,300 people were murdered. Not shot, murdered. And she gets a job at Harvard because of her leadership and decision-making ability. Really? Well, Harvard There goes your reputation of being the best and the brightest. Unfreaking believable. Of all the people on the planet you could have hired to teach at Harvard, this woman, we just shared with you, last year, while she was still in office, Illinois, the state itself, conducted a survey and found out 80% of public school students cannot read at grade level. 85% of public school students in Chicago cannot perform math at grade level. And this is who you hire? You know, I'm one of those people that always tries to find the silver lining in whatever. But when Harvard University hires this woman and gives her a professorship, you can stick a fork in us, Hoss, because we done. English teachers, I am so sorry I did not give y'all the heads up that that one was coming. We're done. Contraction for we are done. Because of her decision-making ability and leadership. Huh. Again, as much as I love my country, and God knows I do, when I see stuff like this foolishness, stick a fork in us, y'all. We're done. We're done. Can you imagine talking to your child on semester break with God knows how much money you're paying for their tuition, room, and board at Harvard and find out Lori freaking Lightfoot is teaching their class? Good luck with that. My time's up, y'all, and I gotta go. But you already know the drill. This day, maybe more so than any other day in history. I give it to you. You know what? You're right. America, we are in no way, shape, or form perfect. But for this old boy's money, still the best there is. And God knows there is no place else on his green earth that I'd rather be. Speaking of the good Lord, you already got the memo. You got the email, right? You know he loves you, and I hope you know that I do too. Best news you're going to get all day. Ain't a doggone thing you can do about either one. Take care of yourselves and each other. We'll see you soon. God bless.